Hello lovely people and welcome to my channel. It is sunny today in Britain. It's 17 degrees, mate. Apparently it's back to rain tomorrow, so I'm making the most of the nice weather. But I did want to make a couple of comments about Dark Night of the Soul. Well, actually, I've sort of told myself I was going to do a video a day, so I'm sort of forcing this one out a little bit. But the Dark Night of the Soul, the darkness and the lightness, they're both exactly the same. They both are in half. No other means more than the other. And if anything, if you really want to bloody look into it, they say that the darkness is the eternal infinity, while the light survives for a while. That's a bugger when you hear that one, innit? I don't like hearing that one. I hope maths and science moves on with that one, because it's quite depressing. But then you've got to give respect to the dark. And I think, all right, going back to the point that we're all one, yeah? Trying to get your head around the fact that we're all one and there's no bloody space and time. Well, I think a lot of us are hiding the darkness in ourselves. I think it's brave when you release your darkness. And why is it there? Through ancestors, through old ways of living, through old beliefs. Why are we dark? It's not even your fault if you're dark. You know, these dark people started a long time ago, reproducing, and now we're here now, and then you're feeling dark, and then you're blamed for everything that's in your system, even though we know we carry over so many personality traits and characteristics from our ancestors. And then you come into this world dark and whatever, and then you're told you're this, you're that, and you need to be punished. It's like, well, actually, you know, all I did was be born, and I'm trying. And maybe a lot of us are dark and we're hiding it. But not that I'm giving credit to people that release darkness. I'm just trying to highlight that if we're all one, then it's all in all of us. And until we start looking after everybody, dark, light, wherever they are, right? And some of us are shit, okay? And some of us are too light because you're not admitting that you've got the dark in you, right? This is the whole thing. The two are separate and they're trying to come back, aren't they? You know? But how can it come back if we keep judging? I'm a judger. We're all judging. We're all judges. We're all at the same point. If you're trying to tell me that you are healed and you're a full person, a full soul, then that's not the truth, because you're lying to yourself, because we're all one. Until the maths moves forward and says we're not all one, that's what I'm sticking with, because I do truly believe that I am not going to be the person that carves that through mine, because I've got a hell of a way to go before I start forgiving the dark. But I feel sorry for the people that are in power right now. You know, it must be bloody scary if you're holding a dynasty and you've got things to keep up with. I think we've got to stop placing blame on people and realise that the dark and the light, this isn't even about darkness of the soul, is it? This seems to be about the dark and the light. And I'm gonna get back out in the sun now. But this is something to contemplate about, is that how do you actually feel in your system, and how far are you going to admit your own darkness to yourself? You don't have to admit it to anyone else. I think if you're not going to let out your darkness, you're going to pass it on to the next generation. I think at least admitting the darkness is there. You don't always have to let it out in negative ways. It's about seeing it there. Well, again, the best way to let out this negative energy is yin yoga or breath work, because if you're not going to do it, mate, it's going to come out negative. It's going to come out and you're going to get judged for it. And probably the main thing, the person that's going to judge for it is yourself. And then you're going to label yourself and you're going to go, I'm like this. And all the labels, it's all shit. We're above the labels, mate. That's what I'm going to say. Just found this hat here. But basically, yeah, I'm trying to organise alignment for fellow human beings. If you want to see what services I'm going to offer, because I am offering services. I've been offering services all my life. No, I'm joking. But we're going to hold meditations. Hopefully more people we can get in meditations. Live group chats, live group discussions. The more movement we're going to make towards still learning, because we've got to keep learning. AI's learning very fast, and we've got to try and learn too. But the more people we're going to get in these meditations, we're going to hold them through Glastonbury chakra energy. because I'm near Glastonbury. I'm a Somerset person. I'm holding the heart chakra energy. I've released. I'm getting there, and I'm holding it for you. And what we're going to do, I'm just ripping up paper. I'm not insane. What we're going to do is we're going to get together. So I'm going to leave my link below, my email address. And if you want to email me and see what we can do to get a movement going for the in-betweeners that don't exactly see themselves as spiritual, but, you know, we're movers, and we're going to move together, and we're going to get together, and we're going to make changes for ourselves, for our alignment, and so we can move on and help take the upgrades from the divine, freeing space, which we're all holding resistance to, because it's that love of the dark. It's the love of the dark. Right, that is going to be enough for today, because I'm going to go and get out in the sun again. And this is probably my third video. So, but yeah, contact me, Danny. Please ignore my surname. See, it wasn't my fault I got given that surname. Perfect example